You've got these spaces throughout the city which are these sort of enclosed sort of green oases which are completely underutilised, and to us the Garden Square epitomises this sort of outdated model almost of privately owned spaces that people can't access.
The problem with this is really how they're amazing green spaces that are tantalisingly out of reach for the general public because they're enclosed by railings and only accessible to those who have a key.
And they've become sort of quite dead spaces which have a huge opportunity to be opened up and used by more people. We want to give the public sort of tools and agency to recognise pockets of space that they might not have access to and understand how they might be able to take over those spaces and reclaim them in order to provide community-minded spaces that they and their neighbours can all use.
But we're kind of missing the person who's going to advocate for these spaces to be opened up right now, and that's the role we'd like to take on as architects.
Things like allotments, play spaces, spaces to come and have a picnic or cook or just gather, spaces just to be alone within the city. Often that's really missing, is just spaces to contemplate and just to be. Design can play a real part in that.
How do we get people to stay in these spaces for longer? Why do they have to close in the evening? Are there ways where people can be more aware of what they can do? Our call to action is to share the square and basically to invent new hybrid models of ownership.
We're looking at how things can be privately owned and privately managed but publicly accessed, and how through sort of basic infrastructure and small-scale interventions we can really transform spaces and the way that they're used, allowing people to take ownership.
And the idea is that we can all come together and make these spaces much more accessible to everyone.